Mike, when somebody comes in to Clear Recovery, you're the first friendly face that they're going to see sat there right at the desk. What's going to happen to them when they do come in?
Well, I think the first thing that they're going to experience is just a welcoming atmosphere. One thing that's really hard about being an addict is that you find a lot of people don't understand, you know, and thank goodness for that, because you have to go through it to get it. Okay. And I would never wish that upon anyone. But I, you know, myself, I'm a recovering addict, and so I understand what it takes to get better, and what it's like to not be judged, to feel like a safe place. Right. And what you'll notice when you come in here is the staff is so connected with the clients, so loving, and puts them first with the right ideas in mind. So the first thing I'd say you would experience is love and support. We sit down and we go through everything to get the best picture of how to actually apply a custom-made or tailored plan for every individual person, what they need and where they're at in their life and their process of recovery, whether they're already in there and they're on their way and they need some extra support, or whether they're just starting. We all have our vices. When you fall into a vice of addiction, it just happens to be more noticeable to the society than anyone else's vice. That could be anything from sugar to pornography, which are things that are easier to hide than a needle in your arm, for example. You know, we see miracles all the time, and seeing the progression of my brothers and sisters, you know, as they come out of, you know, the deepest pits of hell, to see the light start to appear in their eyes and stuff is absolutely beautiful. And there's times where, you know, I cry hugging my brothers and sisters from how good I feel and how much I understand what an accomplishment that is, and seeing their families and their reactions to getting back their sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents. It's just a very beautiful thing.
I felt like I had everything figured out, and I didn't. I totally lost track of my recovery, totally forgot about the addiction. You know, I was so naive. Addiction is so fragile, and you know, is that as soon as you lose track of that and you forget how fragile it is, you know, you start by, maybe you open a cupboard and there's a pain pill and you take one, or you take 10 or 30, whatever. And then you wait a month. Like, it's just slow cycle. That wheel, just that old rusty wheel that was 5, 6 years old, starts turning again. And eventually for me, you know, like I said, 5 years later, married, have pretty well established, really successful in what I did, and I just lost track. You can't forget about it, and that's what I did. I was way too focused on work, way too focused on everything but that. You know, I honestly acted like I didn't ever do it again, which I thought was great. I thought that was the key. You just move on, but clearly it wasn't.
And I remember coming through the door, and I said, "Oh, sorry, help me, I can't live like this any longer." And Melanie is the name of the lady who did my intake, and that was it. They got me in right then, and they got me on medication to stop the withdrawals. And it's changed my life. I've gone to group, met others like me.
I didn't ask to be an addict. I didn't ask to be bipolar or to go through any of this stuff I've gone through. I'm 41 years old and never ever thought I would ever be in this situation. But I feel that, you know, things happen for a reason, and I am here for a reason, and I'm getting the help that I need, and I'm feeling much better about myself, and going through all the groups and the process and programs. to have the tools to understand about my addiction and disease or mental illness and be a better person out in society. And self-esteem booster. It helps me feel better about myself, and my children see that I am doing much better, and I'll be able to, you know, conquer anything I want.
They're teaching you what matters in life. How is that affecting you?
So it's affecting me in a great deal. One of the things, the biggest things they teach here is it's a mind, body, spirit idea. And if you can have goals in all three areas and succeed those goals, you know, your daily goals help you meet your weekly goals help you meet your monthly goals, and by doing so you have overall, it's called wellness. And if you have wellness in your life, then you won't have a want or desire to use. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have thoughts of using or desires to use every now and again, but the thing is when you come here, they give you tools to learn how to keep your mind right, and so that when you do have those thoughts and those feelings, you know how to handle them. Because addiction is a daily fight. You fight it every day, and you will, no matter how long you have clean. 5 years from now, if I'm clean 5 years, I have to treat every day as the same and practice the things of which they teach you here. And they're really good about it. The groups are awesome. They teach you how to have a good rhythm routine. There's case management here that helps you find a job and housing. If, like, for instance, me, I had nothing when I started coming, and I spent like 2 or 3 hours a day in case management, or I'm sorry, a week in case management, and was able to get a job within the first couple of weeks, and housing within a week or two. And now I'm paying for my own insurance, and so my insurance has helped me out here. So yeah, they teach you a lot of great things. Overall, it's called mindness, being mindful. It's one of the biggest tools I've learned. So yeah.